I'm not joking. In all of my years of watching YouTube, there has not been a single person who has gotten under my skin more than Frogan and her gang of delinquents. The political Avengers, as I like to call them, that consists of Frogan, Hassan, Denims, and iDubbbz for some reason. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know who these people are. They have been under a lot of scrutiny lately, rightfully so. But for those of you who don't know who they are, basically the best way to describe them is like, they are a bunch of streamers and their only topic of conversation is politics. That's what they do. Now, I'm not going to be getting into politics because I hate it. I'm not going to be judging them on their political takes or anything like that. We're keeping the politics out of this. I just want to talk about them as people because they are the type of people that piss me off to my core. And that is the type of people who let their political views shape and mold how they look at other people. They are constantly calling people with different political views than them Zionists, the German N-word, which we're not allowed to say on here, and basically hit them with every other ists and ism. You know, you're a racist, you're a fascist, you're a thisist, you're a dasist. I hate it. All because of different opinions, and it blows my mind. But to put it into non-political terms, it's basically like me saying that I'm a dog person, but the person I'm talking to is a cat person, so I need to debate them to the death about why dogs are better and they're wrong and deserve to die. Now, one of the main reasons I decided to make this video is because of our special little girl, Frogan. Oh my god, look at that face. I'm sorry for the jump scare, I didn't mean to send your heart into your stomach. This little ball of hatred, bro, I don't even know where to begin, but you could imagine my surprise on a random fucking Thursday or whatever the fuck. I'm lying down in my bed behind me, chilling, trying to scroll and find something on YouTube, only to come across Frogan saying that everyone who has ever been in the army deserves to get PTSD.
I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. US military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
Yes, this is the type of person we're dealing with. You want to know why? Because they are ordered, or have in the past been ordered, to do things that Frogan isn't really politically aligned with. Yes, it is no secret that the army, or every single army around the world at one point or another, has done some very non-ethical things. But to say that you think that the civilians who go into the army to put their lives on the line for us and everyone else in said country, the fact you say that those people deserve PTSD is fucking bonkers to me, man. PTSD is probably the worst mental disorder you can get. And the fact Frogan still even has a platform, bro, is actually ludicrous. She says this about people in the army just because she doesn't have the same political views as the governing body that runs said army. So she attacks the individual army men who have nothing to do with what goes on in the whole political spectrum of the whole thing. It took her days to come out with a statement that even looked like an apology. It wasn't really, but it was passable. Not only did it take her days to respond, she actually doubled down.
I hope you get PTSD. And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base?
Based? Shut up. You have a kickable chin. I can't believe it. Because not only did she, wish harm upon the people who are protecting us, she also thought it would be a great idea for some fucking reason to do a stream on 9/11 where they bake a cake that resembles the Twin Towers and flies a plane into the cakes, destroying them. She never actually went through with it, thank God. But that was a big fucking thing. She had like a donation, goal. I'm all for a good dark joke. I make 9/11 jokes, I make Holocaust jokes and all of that stuff. I make bad jokes from time to time. I'm no stranger to it, okay? But it's different when it's on the anniversary of the tragic event. And it's probably not the best event to, recreate when you look like this. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? But jokes aside, right? It doesn't matter what she looks like. She could be fucking as white as me and it would still be wrong. Now, let's answer the question. Who is Frogan? Frogan is Twitch's Rising Star of the Year for 3 years in a row. I don't know how that's possible. If you are still a Rising Star upon your second Rising Star award, I don't think you're a rising star. But she is known for being one of Hassan's mods, same as like Denims. I'm pretty sure she's a mod there too. He is the biggest name when it comes to, you know, that side of politics. And this man in and of himself has been through more controversy than I have pairs of shoes. Not only has he been in multiple debates and stuff like that on his, you know, Twitch platform, which is what political streamers are known for, really. Like, that's nothing strange. But sometimes they get so heated to the point that my man declares that
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it.
Says live on stream to thousands of his viewers that are definitely not of sound mind, we're gonna get to that in a second, that it would be a good idea for somebody to shoot a leading political figure in America.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, governor of Florida, Rick Scott. You wouldn't.
Along with that, he has brought on actual like terrorists, pirates from Gaza, and had an interview with him on stream where he seemed very friendly with the guy. And it has been said that Hassan believed that this guy was just a jokester. He wasn't actually a part of it. And when he was in his interview, he did not even ask a single pushing question about, you know, the ongoing conflict that he seems to be so passionate about. Instead of, you know, getting answers from this guy, even if he was a jokester or not, he just sits down, has a laugh with him, and just like asks stupid nothing questions to this potential terrorist, you know? All signs seem to be pointing that this guy is an actual terrorist who is an actual part of the ongoing conflict. And now I've seen a few videos of people going through it. I'm not going to go through the whole drama with Hassan. There is a lot. Trust me, I'd highly recommend watching Ethan Klein's like content nuke on him. Hassan is no stranger to, you know, calling for action from his audience. And for most streamers and content creators, that would just be seen as, you know, in the heat of the moment, just, you know, spewing word garbage and not thinking about what they're saying. But Hassan is in a very unique position because the audience that watches his videos are unhinged, to say the least. There is one clip that goes through my mind about this, and it is when Hassan is just, you know, IRL streaming, just doing his own thing. I don't even think it was like a political stream or anything like that. When one of his esteemed fans is very excited to meet him, she comes over to him and gives him a hug. And after said hug, this person goes on to criticize Hassan for drinking a can of Coke.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say, you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream.
Why?
It's boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff. Please, Hassan, at least pretend. Do it off stream. Please.
Okay, I'll put it in a glass.
Because in her mind, it is unethical and it's, I don't know, some ingredient in the can of Coke is a contributor to the ongoing conflict and blah blah blah. It's just stupid, man. And this woman is very adamant about this. She thinks she is trying to make a difference. Like, this is the type of people that Hassan surrounds himself with. This is the type of audience that Hassan has made for himself. The type of people to call Child Protective Services on H3H3 over some fucking rumors. Genuinely unhinged people. You don't bring internet beef into the real world. It's just not how things work. Hassan's audience are unhinged. They're not in the right frame of mind. I'm not going to go over any more examples as to why, but like, there are multiple videos out there explaining why that do a much better job at explaining, you know, the political fucking nuances and shit in it. But these are people who treat Hassan like a god. Like, Hassan can do no wrong. And when my man is saying some outrageous shit like he has been saying, that is not very good at all. But the reason I'm talking about Hassan's fans in this way is because Hassan's fans are Frogan's fans, and same goes for Denim's fans. Hassan has shouted them out, featured them in his streams and videos, and because of that, Hassan's fans then went over and started watching Frogan, Denims, the whole crew. And that brings me on to Denims. Now, Denims is one of the people out of this group that I am not well versed in, but I do know two situations that made me hate her to her core. There was one situation a while back where Denims and Asmongold were having a bit of back and forth, and during one of Denim's streams where she was watching, you know, Asmongold's response to said drama, she basically turned around and offered anybody who was watching the stream money if they could kill Asmongold.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Like, that's kind of concerning. But then, the most recent and prominent one that's going on at the moment is the whole child protective services thing that's going on with H3H3's kids. She was shown a video of somebody talking about like his kids catching some sort of disease because they were eating shit off of the floor. Just some outrageous claims, and the entire time her chat was saying shit like, oh, call CPS, Ethan must be stopped, he's a Zionist, all of this shit that were in his chat. Just unhinged individuals. And one of those people who I'm nearly 100% sure is friends with Denham's actually called CPS and proudly put it up on his Instagram story that he done so. And now, this wouldn't be a huge problem if Ethan and his wife actually were mistreating their children, but from what I can gather, he hasn't mistreated his children. These are all just rumors and misinformation that has been spread about this situation, but Denham's took it as fact and so did her audience. So, you know, Child Protective Services were called. They came to Ethan's house in real life and were conducting a, you know, investigation. I'm not here to talk about that drama, but that is a huge part as to why I don't like these people. Now that I've gone over all of the facts, let's rant. Now, all of the situations that I just mentioned are all pretty bad in their own ways, but those moments are not the sole reason I dislike these people. That plays a big part, don't get me wrong, but it's not the sole reason. Now, the main reason I don't like them is because they are very high and mighty type of people. As we say in Ireland, they think their shit doesn't stink. The vibe I get from them is their politics is the only right politics and anyone else is a Zionist type of situation. They're like, oh no, my side of the political spectrum is the only one that's right. You are on the wrong side. Therefore, you are a swastika lover. You know? Like, the logic doesn't add up there. I just don't like those types of people who are just so full of themselves and full of their opinion and think everyone else is wrong. Those types of people and those vibes always just come off as dickheadish to me, you know? Like, it just makes me instantly dislike a person. Because discussions around politics are just like discussions around religion. I'm a Christian, okay, for example. Say if I had to sit down and talk with a Muslim guy, and we both have a back and forth trying to convince each other that our religion is the correct one. Even if you had that debate for 4 days straight, non-stop, there is no universe out there that me or the Muslim guy I'm talking to are going to convert and say that the other person is right. And that's the thing, even if they do start to question a few things throughout the debate, they are never going to admit that you won them over in any way. It's just not going to happen. But the point I'm trying to make is trying to have a debate with somebody who is on the same side of the political spectrum as these guys would literally be like trying to convert a Muslim guy to Christianity, you know what I mean? Impossible to change their minds. I hope I've done a good job of conveying the reason why I don't like them, you know, because it's very much just like an emotion I get when I look at these guys. It's not really something that I can explain with words, like, fully. I'm just sick of these people that are like painting themselves like they can do no wrong and that they're really good people who only want these good things for these oppressed people. But then on the other hand, they're just not good people, you know? Like, they're saying these really harmful, mean things about this other side of the spectrum, while on the other hand trying to be this voice of reason to educate people on the other side of the political scale. I don't like talking about politics, as I mentioned, because it just, I don't know, it just starts arguments and just starts debates, and I don't like that shit. So trust me, don't waste your time. Don't put your political views or anything about politics in the comments, because I'm not gonna know what the fuck you're talking about. But let me know what you guys think about this happy group of people down below. If you like this video and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and click that like button down below so YouTube knows I'm worth caring about. If you like my face and you want to see more, make sure to click on the channel down below or click on one of the 2 videos at the end. So yeah, with that said folks, it's been EXO. I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one folks.